Y'all, today we are going to see some new arrivals. I've got a few new arrivals to share with you. And we're also going to make a fun little project. I'm going to be using this paper mache pumpkin and this little galvanized cake stand. We're going to put them together and we're just going to make a cute decorative piece with these two items. I don't know for sure what it's going to look like, but I've got some florals, I've got some paint, I have some corrugated metal ribbon, and we're just going to see how it goes, which I just remembered. I forgot to take this out of inventory. So let me do that really quick. Hang on just a minute. Hope everyone's having a great day. When you hop on, say hello. Let me know you're watching. Bear with me for just 1 second. Okay. Happy Friday. All right, y'all. Sorry about that. Gotta do that so nothing gets messed up. Okay. All right. So, when you hop on, say hello. Let me know you're watching. We've got some new arrivals. I'm going to share as well as we're going to do a fun little project here. Let's see who we have joining me today. Hi, Stacy. Hey, Michelle. Hello, Dale. Thanks for celebrating, Michelle. Hi, Lori. Happy Friday. Hello, Cindy. Hi, Carol and Pam. Hey, Teresa. How are you? Hi, everyone. Hi, Rhonda and Jamie. Hey, Barbara. I'm glad y'all are here. Thanks so much for joining me. Happy Friday. Hope everyone's got something fun planned for the weekend. We have got, hello, Valina. She says it is her first time watching me craft, so I'm so glad you're here. Thanks so much for joining us. Hi, Dorothy. Hey, Stacy. Thank you all for celebrating. Hello, Tammy. Hi, everyone. So glad y'all are here. Hope y'all have something fun planned for the weekend. Griffin has his first football game this weekend for the season, so excited about that, excited for football season to be here. Prayers for your husband, Debbie. I hope he's okay. Hope everything works out okay. Hi, Cassandra. I'm glad to see you. All right, y'all. So let me show you some new arrivals before we get into our craft project, because I've got some cute new things, okay, that just hit the website that y'all are going to love. Fall and Christmas, okay? I've got some new paper mache. So we've got this pumpkin here. This one is the one that has the leaves on it. We have a couple of other pumpkins. We have a bigger one that I showed you all last week. It's bigger. It's about like this. We also have these two here. So these are new. So you could do a whole little collection if you wanted to, and do, 3, 4, whatever different pumpkins and have them all together if you wanted to. But I wanted to show you these two. This one is the one that we used for our bobblehead pumpkin that we did a couple of years ago. That was so fun and cute. So this is the exact same pumpkin that we used for that. So you can put this on to our vintage bed springs and make the little bobblehead pumpkin, put a hat on it. It's so cute. So this one here is $9.49. It's 6.5 inches wide. You can see it's kind of a short and squatty pumpkin. And then we have a tall and skinny pumpkin, and this was also $9.49. And it is super duper cute as well. Okay, today we're going to be using this one that has the little leaves on it. This one's $8.99. Okay. Then we also have the little jack-o'-lanterns. We also used these before for a fun craft where we made a little jack-o'-lantern man and put these on top of a cone shape and put a hat on top of it. We did some little arms. It turned out so cute. So these are really fun. These are $8.49 for a pack of 2. Okay. Then we have some bats. Y'all, these are paper mache bats. They are $4.49. So these are, they do have a little hanger on them if you wanted them to be kind of like a little ornament, or you could of course make them an embellishment on something. Even like on this pumpkin, the bat on the pumpkin would be super cute for Halloween. So these are cute little bats that you could do lots of fun stuff with. These are $8.49 or $4.49. I'm sorry. They are 8.5 inches wide. Okay. Then we have a new Santa. This paper mache Santa is adorable. It's like a vintage Santa. So he's got the long coat on. And then he's got his Christmas tree and his bag with him. Okay. Look how cute he is. I'm excited to paint him up one day. So he is super cute. Little paper mache Santa that you can hand paint and make really fun and beautiful. He's $11.99, all right, and he is 11 3/4 inches tall. Okay. All right, and then the other items are the round frame ornaments. So we had these in the square. We now have them in the round. They're $2.99 for a set of 2. And you can make these very simple. You could just add a picture inside these and have a simple little ornament. You can also use a printable of some kind and put that inside here and have a simple little ornament, add a bow to it, and it's the cutest, most beautiful ornament. And then the last are these little bows. So these are these rusty patina bows. They are $5.99. You get 3 of them in a package. And they are kind of like a greenish color. And the tails are bent up. So you can bend the tails down and you'll have a longer tail. You can also wrap the tails around a pencil or a paintbrush or something like that and have little curly Q tails. These are super cute little embellishments to add on to all things, okay? So are you all, Teresa's ready for pumpkin spice? Are you all pumpkin spice fans? Because I am not a pumpkin spice fan. I don't love pumpkin spice. Something about that just doesn't do it for me. Valina, absolutely you can do a cross stitch. That would be beautiful in the picture frame. It would be gorgeous in there. There's plenty of room in the back. What I would probably do is the little piece that snaps into the back of it, the cross stitch will probably be too thick, so it's not going to snap into the back. So I would just put the backing on and then just run hot glue around the back, which is what I did with mine anyways. And that way that it doesn't fall out. But other than that, yes, you can absolutely do that. Okay, so that's all of the new arrivals. Just a few new things that hit the website, thecelebrationco.com. Let me post the QR code up in the top corner so y'all can go shop if you want to. Remember that limited quantities always. Cannot guarantee anything will be restocked, especially with the paper mache. Especially with the paper mache. Sometimes when it is gone, it's gone, and it'll be gone for like a year. So that is the case with lots of things. For instance, the witch hats that you all bought up so fast, those are gone. I cannot get any more of those. Those paper mache top hats that went really crazy last year, We got to where we could not buy those anymore. Like our supplier can't get them. Our supplier is waiting on them. So it's just one of those things where if you see something you want, you need to grab it, because I cannot guarantee that it's going to be there the next time you go to grab it. Okay. All right. Yay, Sandy. By the way, speaking of auction, I still have some people who have not paid their invoices for the auction. So if you have not paid your invoice, please check your email. If you haven't received an email from us, check your spam. Otherwise, please reach out to us and let you know that you did not receive an email for your auction item. We cannot ship those auction items out until we have received payment for them. So if you purchased or won something on the auction and you have not paid your invoice, please do so. Okay. Sandy's already received hers. All right. That's how fast that happened, y'all. And literally we shipped them out yesterday. So that's really great, Sandy. Rosemary says she's not a fan of pumpkin spice either. Happy Friday, Tina. Pam loves it. April loves it. Sandy says no. Okay, let's get into it. Let's work on this little pumpkin here. So, here's what I think I'm gonna do. I'm trying to decide here, but I think I'm gonna remove the leaves. Okay. So I'm just starting at the bottom and just removing this thing that's wrapping around. I'm probably going to add the leaves back, but for now I'm removing them because I think it's going to make it easier for me to paint the pumpkin. All right, so we can add all that back later if we want to, but that gives us this. So let's paint this. We're going to paint it. Actually, I'm drawing inspiration from these berries right here. So I want to paint it kind of a similar color to that, almost a mustardy color. So let's mix a color. So we're going to start with golden yellow. And we're going to add some burnt umber to give us that muted mustardy color. And then we're going to add a little bit of red because this is going to be too yellow if we don't add some red to it. So let's mix this up and see what we got. See where we're at. Okay, it's a pretty mustard color. We do need a little bit more red, I think. All right, I think that is good. That looks pretty good right there. Hopefully it's enough. Okay, so this is what we've got. Hey, Jezelyn. All right, let's paint our pumpkin. We're going to keep this pretty simple. Okay, this is actually my favorite way to do paper mache items. We might actually get away with one coat here because this color is very similar to the craft paper. Color turned out really good. So this is actually a very easy technique with paper mache, but it always looks beautiful. Check out that color. Yeah, I don't know what it is about pumpkin spice that I'm just kind of like not into. I love cinnamon, and I like pumpkin. Like, I like pumpkin pie. It's not one of my favorites, but I do like it. I think it's a good thing that I'm probably not going to need to do a second coat, because I don't know that I'm going to have enough paint for a second coat. I love painting paper mache. It is so satisfying to paint. So I have made pumpkin pies for the last several years for Thanksgiving, but they never get eaten. So apparently, with my family, it's not everyone's favorite either. Everyone prefers pecan in my family. So I said last year, I'm not doing it this year. I'm not making pumpkin pie this year. I'm going to go ahead and dry this so that I can get a hold of another spot. Now, the coffee that I like during the fall, that comes out in the fall, which I don't get it very often because I know how bad it is for me, but it's the caramel brulee from Starbucks. That one is like one of my favorites. I definitely do not want any pumpkin spice coffee. All right. Looking good. Let's get the rest of this and we'll just kind of touch up any spots that we missed. Okay. Go. I'm going to paint the stem. Haven't decided yet what I'm going to do with the stem. So for now, I'm just going to go ahead and paint it just in case. All right. It's funny you say that because I feel like a lot of people do. It's always such a popular thing in the fall. Everybody talks about pumpkin spice this, pumpkin spice that. All right. I think we pretty much got it. All right, let's dry it. Wow, Sandy. Sandy's making a quilt. There's a spot that I missed. And those wrinkles, it's really easy to miss spots. I like this color. Isn't that pretty? Kind of an orangey, mustardy color. All right. There we go. Happy Friday, Jackie. Okay, so now that we've got our pumpkin painted, it's super cute. We're going to take our sander. Let me get a clean sanding pad. Okay, and we're going to distress this pumpkin now with our sander. So I'm just going to take it and just go over the high spots with my sander and expose some of that craft color up underneath. And this is why I love this technique with paper mache. Because I feel like what it does is it's so simple, but it makes the paper mache look like carved wood, because the paper mache has got a lot of texture to it, and it's not perfect. And so when you go to distress, you get a very organic look and lots of texture. Yes, Sandy. I went to Hobby Lobby this morning too. I took some pictures of some stuff to share with y'all this weekend. Just some stuff that I thought was nice and pretty. Some interesting new things that I saw. They have a lot of good stuff for Christmas and for fall. I was shocked that the Christmas was already 50% off. But they do buy a lot of that. They have a lot of Christmas. All right, so we've got it distressed. This is what it's looking like. So now we have to do a wash on this. Okay, so we're going to use raw umber. We're going to do a wash. I did not rosemary. Actually, we do not really watch any baseball in this house. My in-laws are Reds fans, Cincinnati Reds fans. But I don't know if I've ever watched a Major League Baseball game ever. I don't know if I have, honestly. Okay, let me grab some baby wipes. But congratulations, that's your Phillies won. All right, and we're going to need our raw umber and a paintbrush. And we're just going to take and just add quite a bit. This is actually burnt umber, not raw umber. I just realized that. And we're just going to brush this on. You do need a lot of paint. It is a bit wasteful with the paint. And then you're going to take a baby wipe and you're just going to start wiping this. If you've been around here for any time, you've seen me do this. And so you're just going to wipe the excess away while still leaving some on the pumpkin. And you can really kind of leave it on in between the little segments of the pumpkin, which is so beautiful. And it also darkens any areas where you have sanded and revealed that craft paper underneath, it's going to darken those areas. Grab a clean one. Look how pretty that is. I mean, isn't that just gorgeous? It just adds so much dimension to the pumpkin, and I think it almost makes it look a little bit more realistic as well. You have to work fast because you don't want your paint to start drying as you're painting it on, because then you won't be able to remove it and you'll see the edges and the brush marks and stuff. All right, last little section here. So you can do this with any color you want. You just paint that first layer with any color you want, and you can see how simple and easy it is to create a gorgeous paper mache pumpkin. And that required very little effort. Get the bottom here real quick. Make sure everything looks cohesive. Okay, there we go. Easy peasy. And literally any paper mache piece can be done like this. Even when it's something that has a little bit more detail to it that you feel like that you need to create, like paint all the details in different colors and things, even things like that, you'd be surprised at how good it looks to just simply do something so simple like this. I'm just gonna dry this, and then we'll move on. Okay. All right, so here's what it looks like. So it turned out. It's really pretty. We're going to be putting it on this galvanized stand, but first let's embellish it just a little bit. So I'm going to grab the leaves, and I am thinking about doing the raw umber on these leaves. So I'm just kind of taking my brush that's got the raw umber on it and going in kind of an angle with it so that we create, you know, so that it looks like a leaf. like that. And then I may go back and add some other color to it so that it looks a little bit more realistic. Okay. I feel like the paper looks really, it looks really realistic. Sandy, are you talking about raw umber? Yeah, raw umber we sell on our website. So you can always get it from us. We always have it because it is one of our best sellers. You can always grab it at celebrationcompany.com. Let's see here. Okay, this is very similar to a new color we have on our website called burnt orange. I haven't gotten the burnt orange back here at my drawer yet, but I think I'm gonna take it and just kind of do the same thing. I don't know, I'm just kind of playing with this to see what I come up with. I think I'm liking that. We might do a little yellow too. I'm just kind of working it in. Okay, here's what they're looking like. I think they're looking really pretty. Let's add, let's use this brush that I used for the pumpkin. And we'll go over with it. Okay. All right, I think I'm going to do a little distress ink. And I'm going to use walnut stain. I know. Thank you, Teresa. And let's try around the edges. I'm using walnut stain, like I said, so that I get a deep, dark, kind of dried up look around the edges. What do y'all think? I think that's looking good. I think it has a little bit of a realistic look. I think that'll do. Okay. So let's take, you know what, I didn't plug in my hot glue gun. That's a problem. All right, so these we're gonna add back to the top here. Okay. Melina, they are when they are, yeah, they're permanent. I don't know 100% what you mean by that, but if you get them on your clothes or something like that, you can't wash it off. You can't really, you know, remove it. So, yes. Okay, so this is our 1/4 inch rusty corrugated ribbon. And I think I'm going to use this for vines. So I'm going to cut a couple of pieces. It's going to just sit here and want to completely unwind. Okay. And then I'm just going to wrap this around. That might be too thin. Wrap this around a brush or a pencil or something like that to create a little vine. Oh my goodness, that is cute. Look how cute that is. I mean, absolutely adorable. So we're going to be adding these. We're going to grab some, let me do, no, I think we have enough. Let's do some Spanish moss. I like to use, this is not much here. Okay, I like to use Spanish moss because it helps to hide the imperfections. So we can apply some Spanish moss to the top of our pumpkin like this. And then when we add on our leaves and we glue our leaves in and stuff, it kind of can help hide a lot of those imperfections. While I'm waiting on my hot glue gun to warm up, I'm going to take some milk chocolate to this galvanized stand, and I want to just distress this a little bit so that it's not so bright and shiny. So we're going to use some milk chocolate and some burnt umber or raw umber. I don't know, Teresa. Guess we'll have to see. I really don't think I have a spot for it. It's one of those things that'll end up in an auction probably. So I've got some milk chocolate here. Rhonda, this is called, it's the 1/4 inch corrugated metal ribbon. We are actually almost out of it, by the way, if you're interested in it. So I'm going to take this and just dab right on this little corrugated part. This part, we're going to see it. I'm not going to worry about the bottom because you're not going to see that. And then we're going to get back here as well. You just need to kind of dull this down. It's a little too bright for the pumpkin that we made. It needs to be a little bit more rustic. getting this bottom part, okay, like that. And then we're gonna do the base as well. We'll go all the way around the base. And then we're just gonna add some onto this flat portion also. Just dull that a bit, and it's going to also help to kind of bring them together so that they look like they just match a little bit better. Okay, so then we're going to take the burnt umber and we're going to do the same thing except a little bit less with the burnt umber. The burnt umber is definitely going to go around this top edge all the way around. And then from there, I'm just going to do it here and there. It's not going to be quite as much as the rust, the milk chocolate color that we did. But we are going to be adding it. And this is just to create a little bit of variation with the rust so that it's just not all one solid color. Okay. So here's how that turned out. All right, let's get our pumpkin embellished. My hot glue gun should be warmed up by now. So I'm going to just add some hot glue around here and put my Spanish moss down. And then we're just going to glue our leaves on. I'm going to add a little bit of hot glue just to that little stem. And then just glue that right to the stem that's on the pumpkin. And then do I want to do the leaves together, or do I like them separate like it was? I think I want them a little bit more together than it was. I think I kind of like it like that. All right, and then we're going to add our vines as well. And we'll do the same thing. We'll just kind of glue those right to the stem. Yay, Rhonda. Is what it looks like so far. Now I just want to add a little bit of something else to this. So let's see if we can maybe add some of these berries. I think I like that. So I'm just going to glue. Y'all, I'm shaky for some reason. I think I'm getting hungry. All right. Isn't that so cute? Let's see here. I've got a couple of other things over here. If I did anything, it would be one of these acorns. I did eat today. I actually had Panda Express, so I shouldn't be hungry because That's a lot. I like Panda Express. It's actually like one of my favorites. So when I'm in Lexington, I pretty much try and spring for it as often as I can because it's in Lexington. I don't have one here for sales. I'm trying to decide if I like that or not. I think I do. All right. Okay. Here we go. So this is what it looks like right now. Look how pretty that is. I think that is gorgeous. I think that I do want to add some Spanish moss onto the cake stand. Need to refill my Spanish moss bag because it's about out. No Panda Express in Jersey. That's no good. You know, my favorite Chinese place went out of business. Not went out of business. He retired. So, Panda Express is my next favorite. Okay. So we just added a little bit of Spanish moss around the bottom of the pumpkin. Just going to kind of pull it out a little bit. That is so beautiful. Okay. I am thinking about doing something. Hang on just a second. Hobby Lobby had this fall ribbon in this beautiful blue. That would be so pretty with this. Let's see what it would look like to add a simple little bow to this. It's not double-sided, so you have to do a little messing with it, a little twistaroos in order to get it right. Let's see here. Me too, Rhonda. I think it's so pretty. Okay. It feels a little odd to have it on the pumpkin, but I don't mind it on the stand itself. Like that. What do y'all think? Or should we just leave it off? So we could do it here. I don't love it there because it takes away too much. And I think it's just too much on the top as well with all the other things going on. So I feel like if I'm going to do it, it's got to go on the stand, which I think is really cute. And I like it a lot both ways. So Ellen says leave it off. Oh, wow, Dana. That's awesome. I'll have to go and check her out. All right, are y'all saying no to the blue ribbon? Okay, looks like y'all are saying no. All right. We'll add it to something else because it's so pretty. But anyways, that's how it turned out. It looks beautiful, super cute. The stands are also available on the website. They are like $6.99, y'all. They're a wonderful price. So you can grab both of these items on the website. I do think we are out of stock on the 1/4-inch corrugated ribbon. But I don't know. We might get some more in. We'll see. So anyways, there you have it. Super simple, but adorable. Thank you so much for joining me. I hope y'all have a wonderful weekend, and I'll see y'all on Monday. By the way, Monday is the DIY decor box reveal, and we're going to be doing 6 giveaways. So make sure that you join us on Monday at 4 p.m. Eastern time to see what the new DIY decor box is. All right. Bye, everybody. Hello.